Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Live from Super Soul Farm, this is Wisdom of the Sages, a daily spiritual podcast that makes ancient wisdom relevant today with your host, Raghunath, and co-host and senior educator of the Bhakti Center in New York, Kaustubha. Welcome to the show. This is episode 1335. Welcome, everybody. By the way, we are no longer using Patreon. It's a community-supported podcast we're doing. We exist by the community supporting us, and we're incredibly grateful for those. We've been using this platform called Patreon, but it was we had some people who were very web savvy that built it.
Yeah. We were dissatisfied with Patreon.
We were dissatisfied. We could feel like we couldn't give as much as we could give. It was very disorganized. It didn't really fit what we were doing.
We were spread out all over the place.
But it served our purpose. And now we're moving on, thanks to the help of some of the supporting community. So our new platform is up and running with over 500 courses organized and available at wisdomofthesages.com. And part one is a series, a garland of verses. This is by Kaustubha. It's now available for supporting members. And this is Kaustubha in India for the last retreat we did at the Govardhan Eco Village. It's a cool course. I think you'll like it. He records everything he does. He's smart. I always forget to record things. I do.
Yeah, you probably didn't record the stuff you did over there in Ypsilanti, did you, Raghunath?
No, I didn't. I didn't record that either.
Raghunath, you are the messenger of divine love. You are the channeler of the message to save humanity. This must be recorded.
I dropped the iPhone. I didn't record it.
This is part one of a 9-part series. Is that right? There's 9.
That's correct. Yeah, it's 15 hours total. This is, Garland of Verses. This is drawing from this book, the Gaudiya Kantahara, which is it's a wide collection of verses coming from all different fascinating texts that are compiled into different topics. And so we covered the topic of the Bhagavatam. We covered the topic of the holy name. We covered 3 or 4 different topics over the course of these 9 classes with lots of questions, lots of great dialogue going back and forth. So part 1 of that dropped for week number 1. And for the following 8 weeks, the rest of the 9 will drop 1 per week. So if you're a supporting member on our platform at wisdomofthesages.com, you have access to all of that.
So also, as we do yoga classes every week, we've done astrology classes, we've done Ayurvedic classes, so many different music classes. So it was very difficult to get to on the previous site. Now everything's meticulously organized,
archived.
Thank everybody in our community. If you haven't switched over, drop your Patreon and please join the new platform. It means the world to us. Thank you very much for those who've already done it. It's already happening.
Yeah, and if you're at Patreon, it's time to move on over, right? It's like
moving on up.
Yeah, we're trying to send messages out to everyone that if you're a Patreon donor, that hey, we're over here now, and this is where you want to be.
Yes. Okay, Mara, what's up? What else is up?
All right, Wisdom of the Sages is going to be at New York Ratha Yatra this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Meet us at the park, bring prasadam cookies to distribute, and then we'll have a kirtan that people can join in, and we'll have our new Wisdom of the Sages merch in spring colors available as well.
I think Raghunath and I are each going to be at the Q&A, ask a monk a question or something like that. Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to be at the Ask a Monk. I'm going to be at our table the whole time. First, I'm going to be in the parade. So if you're in the parade's, I think, 12 to 2. They say 11, but it really starts around 12. And it starts up at, what is that area called again?
45th Street and 5th Avenue.
Okay, it's like where the old
Manhattan.
FAO Schwartz was or something.
No, that's up at 59th Street. This is
it's lower?
It used to start at the beginning of Central Park, but when the economy fell apart in 2008, then the city said, no, you got to start at 45th Street.
Our economy's falling apart. These parades are shorter.
We never gotten it back. So
you have to understand they worship. You want the economy back? You worship Lord Jagannath there. That's what you do.
The economy did come back, so they should give us those. They should give us up to those 15 blocks back or whatever.
Okay, so we're going to start there, and you can just sort of like run along and find that parade if you come late or something. But it
Yeah.
ends up in Washington Square Park. Kaustubha's going to be there early. He's not going to be in the parade, I don't think. He'll be at the table. So if you want to wait down there, you can distribute cookies, hang out at our booth. Our booth is going to be our Wisdom of Sages booth is going to be a hangout booth. And if we all get there next year, they'll give us more space to do more stuff. So we highly recommend people coming to our booth, sitting around, hanging out with us, singing songs. We're going to be singing and eating and dancing all day.
Party.
Sound good?
Sounds great.
All right.
Also, we have. Can I make a couple other?
Raghunat's feeling better already. Look at him.
I
He's
know.
like,
I was just.
I'm not. I'm feeling horrible, but I'm just like excited about Lord Jagannath.
Yeah. You're right. We also have Bhakti Recovery Group meetings today. The men are meeting at noon and the women meet at 2 p.m. Eastern
you're a
time.
festive guy, Raghunath.
Yeah.
I am.
Loves a party. Loves a parade.
Loves a party.
You know what? Parades are weird. Parades are weird generally. Like I was marching band, and they're weird.
Sousaphone.
They're sort of unique, but they're weird. I was in a marching band in high school. Then you got
I saw that photo of you posted recently with you
holding a
your
sousaphone.
I didn't even know that was what a sousaphone was.
That's a sousaphone. A tuba is one that doesn't wrap around you.
Oh, okay.
But anyway,
And then there's
I
the
played
French horn.
trumpet, but during marching season, I played sousaphone.
Marching season, yes.
Yeah, there's a concert season and a marching season. Oh, Kaustubha. But anyway,
You are a
parades, regular
multi-instrumental
like
person.
Memorial Day parades. They're sort of cool, but they're sort of boring and weird sometimes. But
Yeah.
the one in the Thanksgiving Day parade is, that's the big one in New York City. But the Jagannath Ratha Yatra, that's like a parade I can go, yes, this parade. That's a parade I can get behind.
Everyone takes part. It's not like you just sit there and watch it. No, you get involved.
Yeah. You like Lord Jagannath, you get in there and you pull the cart.
Pull that
And I
rope.
want to tell you, you have to pull each cart. You have to
Each
go
one?
to each cart. There's 3 carts for the 3 deities of Jagannath, Baladev, Krishna's older brother, and then Subhadra, Krishna's sister. You have to go to each cart. And if you're really evolved, you will bow down in the New York City streets.
Right
And
there.
people might think, oh, what are you doing? What's this guy doing? Are they crazy? And that's when you say, I'm
Yes.
aloof to public opinion. My life is for you, my Lord Jagannath. No, there's nothing better than bowing down in the New York City streets to a large transcendental totem on a gigantic cart.
I have an idea, Raghunath. I have an idea for
Tell
the
me.
Wisdom of the Sages family community. That it's this tradition that people would sweep the street in front of the parade, in front of the carts.
You want to get
Why
my
don't
power
we
washer?
get a Wisdom of the Sages broom, and like throughout the whole parade, someone should be sweeping.
A Wisdom of the Sages broom. I love that.
I thought you
How
would
do we
like
get a
that.
Wisdom of the Sages? I guess get a broom and put a bunch of stickers on it.
Yeah, and then one person can do it, and then the next person can kind of like take it over for 10 minutes and cover the entire thing.
I love when people carry those protest signs, but they're protesting Jai Jagannath. It'll say Jai Jagannath or something like that.
Protest sign.
They look like a protest sign, look like you're on strike, but they actually say Jai Jagannath, and everyone's like,
Oh,
yeah,
I
Jai
see.
Jai. It's like,
But I think about the broom, Raghunath. Think about that one. But I'll need someone like you or someone to organize that.
I'll organize. You get me that broom.
You bring the broom down. You're taking a car anyway, right? Bring down the broom.
I'm bringing down all the kids. I can barely keep my head on straight that day.
Just tell one of them to bring a broom.
Bring a broom, but we need stickers all over that broom. Or we should spray paint it gold or something.
Stuba, have you seen our brooms? We're gonna need to buy a new broom.
Yeah, we're gonna have
You
to
don't
buy a
have
new.
a good broom? All right. Any volunteers on the chat board, let us know if you want to bring a broom.
Let's get my power washer. It'll do a much better job for Lord Jagannath.
Get that-
Sweeping does nothing. Power
Thing's so
washing, that's a
loud.
clean street.
Maybe if you went the day before and just power wash, like
Power
at
wash
like
the
2
street.
in the morning, you just power wash that street.
The mood is the same.
Okay, we're you know what we're doing, Raghunath?
We're squirreling off, buddy.
All right.
All right. Where are we at? Here's
We
our
got a-
nugget for today. And
Did
it's
Mary
from
have more
your.
announcements? That was it.
That's it.
That's it. Okay.
That's it.
Any sweet baby Krishnas coming up on the
Raghu's under
new
the weather,
platform?
so
I'm really
we
under the
can wait
weather.
on the
Oh,
rest.
right. You know,
Yeah,
the next
I
time
fell
you
asleep.
do Sweet Baby Krishna, it should be on the platform.
Yeah, we'll do it through the website.
Ooh.
can.
I got to
think
figure
we
out how to
can.
do that.
Oh,
I'm still green to the website.
yeah.
We got to figure it out.
We got it. I think they make it really easy. It's super user friendly.
It's more than just a website. It's a platform.
It's a platform. Love that. It's the
That
next
should be
level.
like
What platform are you on?
the tagline. You know, it's not just a wisdomofthesages.com. It's not just
It's not just a
website.
community. It's not just a
platform.
spiritual culture. It's a platform.
Okay.
This is from your favorite musician and mine.
Oh.
Speaking of your favorite musician and mine, did you see that super nice post Harley put up
Oh yeah, I saw that. Right?
reading my book?
Mhm.
That was so cool. I feel so good because Harley was the first person that told me about Krishna.
And
To see
started
him reading the
appreciating it.
book, it was like it struck a deep chord in my heart.
He had his glasses on. He's sitting there perusing the pages.
Yeah. And he said, he called me and said, listen, one day me and my wife want to go to India and we want you to take us.
There you go.
Thought that was very sweet.
About
Anyway.
time. You've got to get him in India.
Okay. After Harley, here's my second favorite musician. His name is George Harrison.
Oh,
Would have been good friends with him.
maybe.
Almost
not.
met him. Almost met him.
Almost met.
He was there in the January. I left right at Christmas and he was there in January in 88 and 89. Each person has to find himself a way. Each person has to find for himself a way for inner realization. I still believe that's the only reason we're on this planet.
Oh.
It's like going to school again. Each soul is potentially divine, and the goal is to manifest that divinity. Everything else is secondary. That's good. That's good.
You like that?
He's sharp. He's insightful.
Yeah, he was. He was.
And I call it reform school. It's like your reform school, prison. Prison people don't like the idea of like we're in prison. We are in a prison. It's a prison house, the material existence, and you got to do time. Here's an analogy I like.
Right?
Here's
Own
the-
it.
Own it. Here's the analogy I like. You can't sit in prison and for the rest of your term blame the warden for what's going on in prison. Stupid warden, hate to be here. It's not fair. Once we live in that world of complaining and blaming, we lock ourselves into the material world. Once we accept, you know what, I've done something wrong. Whatever I did, I got it. And now I'm going to move forward. And I get out of the world of blame. As soon as I start blaming, as soon as I start complaining, I realize I'm in Maya. As soon as I start saying, why me? You know what I was practicing saying? Because I've been feeling horrible. I've been just going up to, I've just been saying,
I deserve it.
no, I know I've been saying healthy or sick, Krishna, I am yours. That's been my mantra between my japa.
Okay.
Healthy or quick. So yeah. So if you never learn the lesson that we got what we got due to our own choices, then we live in a world of blame and you stay in the prison. When a criminal finally realizes they've done something wrong and they want to get better and they want to become appropriate citizens of this world, then they get an early parole.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. It's almost like our prison. If we say that we're in a prison, prison wasn't the analogy that George Harrison used, but I can see why you're going there. It's like because you don't get out until you're reformed, right? That's the idea. Really, prison should work that way, right? It shouldn't be like you go to jail for this many years. It's like you're gonna go to jail.
It's got nothing to do with
reformed.
time.
Yeah, yeah. Right. And if you're not reformed, you're never getting out.
Yeah.
That would be a better system. So like our prison is a law of karma, right? We're getting reactions to our past deeds, remaining in this world of karma, right? We live in a virtual reality that is governed by the law of karma. As long as we're operating under that system, as long as we haven't, as George Harrison is saying here, gone inward, developed this inner realization, and freed ourselves, then we're stuck. But it's almost like you know, those, well, you know, like when we were growing up, the different kind of machines, like a jukebox. You go to a diner, there'll be a little jukebox there, right?
Yep. On your
it's gonna
table
play money
sometimes.
as long as you keep feeding it. It's gonna you know, it's kind of like we're in a jail where the lock stays locked as long as you keep putting in a quarter, and we keep putting in the quarters, you know.
Sure.
And
or we try to find fun in the prison. This is what we do in the material world. We're like, well, this prison's not so bad. Like, look, I get to work out. We have
that's how we do
basketball
it.
games. They feed us. and therefore we never want to get out of the prison.
Yeah.
That's-
Okay. Put it like that. It's kind of like saying you can watch another television show in the prison if you put another quarter in. Okay, I'll put another quarter in, and so we're investing in our own bondage.
Oh, that's a great line. Ooh, write that down.
Thank
We're
you,
investing in
thank
our own bondage, and
We just got to stop putting those quarters in.
yeah.
But in order to stop, what is putting in the quarters? It's chasing external pleasures separate from connection to God. The only way that we can break that addiction is we need to get addicted to something else. We need to taste another type of pleasure. And what George Harrison is pointing to is saying that's found inside. Each person has to find for himself a way for inner realization, inner pleasure, inner satisfaction. And he's saying that that's the whole reason why we're on this planet. We've turned away from that. We have to find it within. And it's like, he says, it's like going to school again. We're potentially divine. We have the potential to feel our own divinity, to experience our own divinity, to find that pleasure. And everything else is secondary. That's not what life is about. Life is about finding that. Yeah.
Instead of making a more comfortable prison.
More comfortable prison, yeah.
Yeah, that's such a good analogy. Huh?
He was reading Bhagavatam, George Harrison.
Yeah, he was dead serious.
Yeah. He was getting that inspiration.
Wasn't there a show we did a while back where the title was like don't put linen sheets on your prison cot or something like that?
I
No,
think
I
that
like
was
that.
I think that Raghunath did that without me. I think that was one of the shows I wasn't there because I would give all the titles. I probably remember.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm taking the credit for that. That's a good one. I'm gonna keep that going. Yeah, we put in linen silk sheets.
300 thread count.
I'm
300
trying to
one?
put some crown molding up in my prison cell. It's a material world. That's it's like a joke. That's pretty good. That's what the whole deal with the higher taste is. Once you get the higher taste, you realize there's something more than this. It's almost like it's like the first time the higher taste that we get when practicing bhakti, and they say, wow, there's something better. That's like the first time you get a cell with the window and you're like, wow, there's a whole nother world out there where they're running free.
See outside.
So the first time you've been to that kirtan and something touches, you just start to cry in a kirtan. Or the first time you taste some prasad given by a devotee, or a devotee just puts their arm around you and gives you some transcendental knowledge or some love or listens to you. That first time that we get a higher taste, that's a glimpse outside the window. And nothing in that cell can make sense anymore. Nothing will seem like, what was I thinking? Why was I trying to make myself comfortable here? There's something so much more. And this is a serious infection, brother. This is a serious infection because once you get that bug, your life is ruined. I'm looking at all these people on Zoom today. Your life is ruined. I'm sorry. That's all I got to say.
And I ruined it.
Never be peaceful in the material world because you know there's something so much more. A lot of people are just like happy in the cell. They're like, that's pretty good. I'm going here this year, going to do this, going to go here this year, going to do that.
Break out.
No.
What's the Bhagavad Gita? Maybe little Karuna knows this first. Let's ask her. What's the higher taste first? You got Karuna?
Unmute this young lady. Here we are, 10-year-old Karuna from Lebanon. Karuna, unmute yourself. I don't know the verse. Do you know the verse?
I just need the first line of the
Vishaya.
Vishaya vinivartante.
Vishaya vinivartante nirahara sadehinam. And then remember the other two lines.
Okay, we're going to take that, Karuna.
Yeah, that's good enough, Karuna. Good enough.
You don't understand. We're all sitting here impressed. Everyone else is like, Cheryl Mervine's like, what the hell? Greg DeGase is like, I didn't know it.
Vishaya vinivartante nirahara sadehina. Rasavarjam rasopyasya. Padam dristva nirvartate. Karuna's like, oh yeah, it's all coming back. It's all coming back.
Say the English, Prabhu.
Though the embodied soul, that means us, may be restricted from sense enjoyment. Like I'm trying to control myself like a yogi, right? The taste for sense objects still remains. Right?
That's us. That's us. We're embodied. We're trying to control our senses, but I still want a little taste.
But ceasing such engagements, this is the bhakti end, right? By experiencing a higher taste. In other words, I'm not just trying to let things go. I'm actually grabbing onto something new but it's inner and it's spiritual. But ceasing such engagements by experiencing a higher taste, they are fixed in consciousness. That's the way. That's the way.
It's so powerful. That's what happens.
Higher taste.
You get a higher taste, and nothing seems the same.
That's
anymore.
Ratha Yatra.
That's Ratha Yatra.
Dance, sing, party. Not
My
drugs.
first Ratha
This is not
Yatra
what
was so good, Prabhu.
First one?
My first one. I was just hearing and chanting all day long.
Oh, way.
And I remember being in Washington Square Park. And one of my teachers came up to me and said, I am having the best. And he said, and he said, it will get better and better and better when you hear and chant all day long. You're not in the body anymore. You feel like you're not in the body. This is a good point,
Raghunath. This is a good point, because for this Ratha Yatra festival, the temptation is, because you see, it brings together thousands of bhakti yogis from all over the place, people you haven't seen in a long time. Mm-hmm. And then you get in that parade, and this is the most esoteric aspect of our entire theology, that Krishna is being dragged back to Vrindavan by the gopis so that they can relate to him, not as a king up on the chariot, as he's related to in Dwarka, but that they can love him as the intimate boy of Vrindavan, right? And so it's a beautiful, incredibly rich ritual. But the problem is, the temptation is just to start jibber-jabbering with people that you haven't seen in a long time as you're going down the parade, right?
Keep it high. Keep it high. Chant, sing the entire time.
There you go.
Say hello, hug some people, but sing the entire time.
There you go. That'll keep chanting. The kirtan's going on. Stay in that kirtan. Don't break out of that kirtan the whole way, and you will have your higher level experience. You will get that higher taste.
But then I'm going to challenge everybody. I'm going to challenge everybody, because you're going to get down there. You're going to feel good. Everything's going to be nice. You're going to be in the park. There's going to be all these Krishna booths set up. There's going to be kirtan going on. You're eating prasad. The Wisdom Sages crew will be there, all your buddies, and you go like, oh, this is a great day. And you're going to stop giving the credit. Trust me on this one. You're going to stop giving the credit to Krishna, and you're going to see, like, what a nice day in the park. What a nice day. Washington Square Park is so nice. I got to come back here. And guess what's going to happen? You walk outside that circle, and you feel what the mode of ignorance and what mode of passion and ignorance is immediately. Once that park closes up, or you walk outside that circle,
it's New York again.
You've lost protection, and you're going to realize it's not the park. It's actually the holy name and the devotees. Isn't that true?
Keep it in. Therefore, you got to keep that inside with you at all the time. Then you're ready to go. Right? It's
true. That's true.
Yeah. So, chant the whole way, chant and dance the entire way down from 45th Street down to Washington Square Park. And when you get into that park, go ahead, get a little something to eat, this, that, but come over to our booth, and we're just going to keep the chanting going. Right?
First, bow down to Lord Jagannath in the street. I don't care what you're wearing.
That's the first.
Bow down in the street.
That means, like, really bow down.
Then sing constantly, embrace people you know, tell them, Harry Bowl, happy to see you, and back to singing.
Now, there are 3 carts.
Maybe we get a Wisdom of Sages cart next year. If this thing keeps growing, we could.
An extra cart?
Not an extra cart. Maybe we'll pull one of the carts.
Tell me, will this be the cart for the divine messenger of love?
Am I just on it? Wait,
you're riding on the cart.
I gotta grow my beard real long. He must be the guru.
But there are 3 carts, one for Krishna, Lord Jagannath, one for, then the next one is Subhadra, his sister, and then behind that is his brother Balaram. I always suggest, Raghunath.
Yeah.
Subhadra cart, middle.
Subhadra cart, okay.
That's always the 2nd generation kirtan leaders. And
everybody's 2nd generation now.
No, not over on cart number 1. That's the Prabhupada disciple.
I don't think things are radically changing, man.
Maybe they are.
Anyway, all right, let's move on. That's great. I'm excited for Lord Jagannath. Let's dive into the Srimad Bhagavatam. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Okay. I started chanting Govardhan prayers.
He's feeling good. Look at him there. He's in bliss now, even though he's sick.
Krishna Prasadi. I'm like,
again?
I'm like, no, my mind is.
You're
off right now.
short-circuiting in the deepest Krishna conscious way.
Ready?
Imagine when
Ryan, I'm
Raghunath starts to
yeah.
get just a little bit senile, just a little bit.
I can feel it coming on. I'm serious. I can't
It'll be
remember
great.
things.
It'll be bursting out into Govardhanastika.
Yeah.
As long as it's Krishna
He's gonna be one
Kataka.
of these. When he hits like 80, he's gonna be like one of these absent-minded sadhus that's just like totally Krishna conscious, but a total mess. And I'm gonna be trying to I'm gonna be really old, so I got like less energy, and I'm gonna be trying to keep him in line. It's gonna be challenging.
Oh, okay.
But I'll be more detached then too. I'll be like,
It's
yeah.
weird to think you and me are going to be old men very soon. Going to be old men,
It's
and then
just right down around the corner.
or we just might die. One of us might die first.
That could happen too. Both of us could die.
I'll miss you.
Oh, thanks. I
I
guess you'll be protected by Lord Shiva.
Yeah, Lord Shiva does protect me on a regular. Okay, let's continue with this. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam mudirayat. Before we start the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is our very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances to the Supreme Lord Narayan. Unto Narayan, Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and to Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nasta prayesha bhadreshu nityam bhagavat sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki. By regular attendance in classes in the Bhagavatam and by rendering service to the pure devotees, all that is troublesome to the heart will become eradicated. And loving service to the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, will be established as an irrevocable fact. Om Gyana Tamarandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Midatam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, but my teachers are opening my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer obeisances at their lotus feet.
Big torch.
Reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 10, Text 27.
It's 27?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, so now what's happening is Lord Brahma is speaking to Lord Vishnu in the form of Lord Nrsimhadev. All right.
Text 27. The demon.
Hiranyakashipu.
I'm just thinking about demons. The demon, Hiranyakashipu, received from me the benediction that he would not be killed by any living being within my creation. This is Brahma speaking.
He gave him that benediction.
Yeah. With this assurance and with the strength derived from austerities and mystic power, he became excessively proud and transgressed all the Vedic injunctions. It's sort of like you got a gift and then you use it against the very people that gave you the gift.
Oh, it's just so wrong.
Right. And we should look at that in our own lives. Do we have gifts? Do you have a gift? There's a lot of people here with gifts, and you know what they are. And sometimes you're hiding your gift, but you have a gift. They're not meant to be used for your ego. And then some people do another weird ego thing with their gift is they hide it. They say, my gift isn't important. Whenever I use my gift, I get in my ego. You got to use your gift. Don't bury your gift in the closet in a shoebox under a coat. You use your gift to serve Lord Krishna. You give your Shakti back to the Lord. You reconnect your talent with God. And that's the perfection of the gift.
Okay. All right.
I'm talking to some of you out there, and you know who you are.
He's
You're
feeling
hiding your
better.
gift.
Look at him there.
You got a
He's
great
like
gift
all
to
worked
give.
up. Okay.
Okay. And when you do that, you'll feel great. And I'm looking at Lori Pag right now, who's in Italy, chilling around.
Oh, is she?
Oh, she's in Zurich. Oh my God,
Ooh.
Zurich. Paradise. But, you know, she's a very, very talented yoga teacher. And you know, and she's charismatic and people love her classes and she packs all her classes. And because of that, she doesn't use it for her ego. She uses it to give bhakti to people.
Okay.
And that is like the perfection of being a yoga teacher, because there's a lot of yoga teachers. I mean, you want to see some ego trips? Hang out with yoga teachers.
Okay.
You see the biggest ego. You don't have to go to Wall Street to find the yoga.
People are nodding.
You could just go to
Like,
the.
oh yeah, I met them before.
But she does it with grace and style, and she just offers it back to Krishna. She's attached and she's in love with Krishna.
There you go.
It's quite beautiful to see someone engaged in their, and we got Tom Essig on the show today too. He's taking all his talent. He's creative. He's artistic. He's a filmmaker, and he's making this Something Divine movie, which is, which shows people going through their transformation.
Who's that film about?
It's about me and a bunch of other people. About a bunch of other people going through their transformation.
It's true. It's true.
It's
then
the
there's
movie
Mandala
about my
Publishing who
enlightenment.
published this incredible book about me.
Well, there can
there's
be
all these great
horrible
people
movies
that come
about
to
me, too.
the concerts that I do.
Mhm.
No, Raghu, this is good stuff. Good
Anyway, using your gift in Krishna's service, it's quite wonderful.
stuff. Thank you, Raghu.
And it's a joy.
Okay,
Okay.
text 28.
Text 28. By great fortune, Hiranyakashipu's son, Prahlad Maharaj, has now been released from death. For although he is a child, he is an exalted devotee. Now he is fully under the protection of your lotus feet.
Oh,
You know what? I got to give another example here of Bhakta Udi, who's with me right now. Bhakta Udi, in one sense, he's actually a very talented filmmaker also. But he just feels like he wants to dive into his bhakti. So
how
even
old
though
is
he's
Udi again?
what's that?
How old,
How old is he?
Yeah.
23. He's 23 and counting.
Yeah, so this good age is saying maybe I should take a little time, set it aside, get a little spiritual foundation in my life.
Hang
right?
out with Raghunath.
Yeah.
And so, but the idea is he just wants to serve. And so sometimes in our service, in our surrender, we say, you know what? Even though I'm very good at this, I'm just going to do whatever Krishna wants right now. And he's
That's a
just
higher
doing like,
level surrender.
he's doing menial service. Does that mean he's going to do menial service his whole life? No. Eventually things will level out. I was a brahmachari for 2 years doing menial service. And then it became manifest again that, you know, I think I meant to do music again, but for Krishna this time. So all what your natural gift will come back into you. But sometimes Krishna wants to see sometimes Krishna just wants to see if you'll just do anything for him. And that's that's very beautiful.
What's the craziest thing you ever had to do for Krishna?
Craziest thing?
Yeah.
Hang out with you and distribute books in the parking lot in January in Christmas. Walk around with Ram Roy in a Connecticut parking lot when it's freezing out,
Right.
eating bananas for lunch, and go up to people leaving the mall and saying, "Hi, you're interested in yoga and meditation?" And just like, and one guy, I remember one guy just looked me in the eye and just goes, "Wait a second, you're Ray Capo, aren't you?" And I was like,
No.
"Oh, this is weird." I had such a massive ego. Oh my God. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. How about the time you and me took a bucket shower behind a Walmart at 4 a.m. as we were driving across the country, and I was shivering because it was freezing out. I'm wearing nothing but an Indian towel, a thin Indian towel. You've already bathed. You're already getting dressed. I'm pouring the water over my head, shivering, and about 100 spotlights go on, and it's cops with their guns drawn, thinking that we were robbing a Walmart. That was pretty special.
Okay.
It's like, what? It's like we really had to take a shower. It's 4 a.m. Couldn't we shower later when the sun came up? But it was like, no, because it was like, take a shower. It's shower
That's
time.
my fault, huh?
Yeah, it was.
All right.
It's like, back off, man. We got to take a shower at 9.
But
I guess I guess we'd be more found out at 9 if we were taking a bucket shower.
yeah, you're
behind
more
Walmart.
conspicuous.
That would look really weird at 9 o'clock. People are shopping. Knowing me, I'd probably do it like right in front of the place.
But
We're not going to
Raghunath,
get shot.
Okay, slow it down, Raghunath. I shouldn't have even asked the question. You're scrolling off like mad. But
Well, I'm going to ask you, what's the craziest thing you've done for Lord Krishna?
I don't know. I would have to think about that.
How about Dandavat Parikram around Radha Kund?
That's kind of crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Bowing down, up and down, up and down.
Yeah, really
up and
dirty.
down.
But
Like
dirty
full
in the best
contact
way.
prayer.
Yeah.
There's a pig running by, monkeys.
Okay. Raghunath, I want to bring it back at this point, okay? Because there's a squirrel
This is
running
back,
by.
man. Surrendering to Krishna is bringing it back.
Okay, but here's the deal, Raghunath. You were saying whatever you do, you make it an offering. That's Bhagavad Gita, right? Tat
Yad
kuruṣva.
karoshi, yad ashnashi,
There
yad
you go.
jahoshi dadashi yat. Yat
Karuna.
tapasvashi takunte ya.
Tat kuruṣva mad-arpaṇam.
Hot kuruṣva mad-arpaṇam.
Do that as an offering unto me.
Whatever you do, whatever you eat, wherever you go on vacation,
Whatever
do that.
austerities you perform,
whatever austerities you perform,
whatever
do that
you
as an
offer or
offering
give
to
away.
me. What a great verse.
Do that as an offering unto me. You know, if yesterday was Wear Your Merch Monday,
Yes.
and I saw Kylie Brown. She posted a picture of her wearing her merch.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
All right,
And
I'm
we
going to get
shared
on.
that
I want to get on
Instagram.
this bandwagon too. Wear your merch
Okay.
Monday and post it.
And so if you get the Ramones style Wisdom of the Sages shirt, it's got like that presidential seal on it.
Oh yeah.
And in the presidential seal, the eagle is holding in one talon is holding arrows, and the other is holding like an olive branch, right?
In the real seal.
In the real seal. And in the Ramones one, he's got like a baseball bat in one.
Oh
of them.
really?
Yeah.
And Ramones were really into baseball, huh?
Well, they were actually, but
Okay.
but they were. But and then I think it's in the mouth of the bird. No, I'm on point here, Raghunath. In the mouth of the bird is a like a banner. And what is it? E pluribus unum, I think it says.
What does it say?
On the
The
Ramones
Ramones.
when it says "Hey ho, let's go," and on ours it says "Tut kuruṣva mad-arpaṇam." Do that as an offering.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
What-
and
what's
in
the-
one
what's
hand
the
is
eagle
the bell,
holding?
and in the other hand is the in one talon is the Bhagavatam, and one talon is the bell.
Is that offensive to hold it in his talons with his feet?
Well, that's
I
all
guess
it's got.
he does have a wing. That's sort of his arm.
No, you can't hold anything. You can't grip anything. Now, let's move on, Raghunath. So do that as an offering unto me. That's the theme in the Gita, right? It's not telling you not to do things. Do it as an offering unto me. All right.
Okay, this is good stuff. By great fortune, Hiranyakashipu's son Prahlad Maharaj has now been released from death. For although he is a child, he is an exalted devotee. Now he is fully under the protection of your lotus feet. Happens all the time where someone should be dead and they're alive. You ever hear these stories about the baby bounced out of a car and it's completely... What are those things I follow on Instagram? It's
I
sort of
saw
like
that one, Raghunath, with the baby.
close calls, hashtag close calls. It's like it's like compilations of things like, how is this person not dead? Like the guy like in India going right to the train on his bicycle and then jumps off the train and runs over his bicycle. Close. It's like they should be dead, but there's some divine protection going on. So this was actually Lord Vishnu. In some cases, it's just good karma. Perhaps it's a demigod. Perhaps it's good luck. In this case, it's the Lord Vishnu taking full control of the situation. It's not time for you. You have a bigger mission.
Got involved directly.
Directly got involved.
As a matter of fact, the next verse is going to speak to this idea.
And by the way, sometimes the divine Lord can get involved in taking you from this world.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
taking.
Because you leaving this world, let's just say Kaustubha.
Right.
Let's just say
Say
Kaustubha's
Kaustubha
dead.
died like today.
Now, it might seem like, well, God, why? He was giving us so much. We were like calves
was
suckling
saying-
on his knowledge, on his wisdom. But my point is, why? But we saw that when Indra left. Indra, the great kirtaneer. When he left, you and I were devastated. He was like foundational to our bhakti. And we couldn't understand why Krishna would take this soul. He was still relatively young. He's done so much. He has so much potency. But what happened when he left this world, instead of the 24-hour kirtan in Vrindavan dissolving, it got more powerful. People started flying in from all over the world to take part of it. People became very attached to the holy name. People started to really honor him in a deep way and appreciate his offering. I felt
He
like
expanded.
it bolstered the holy name and the power of chanting the holy name.
His service
Probably
expanded.
Ram Roy and the whole New York Sankirtan party and all those people were bolstered by his leaving this world,
So many
and-
people.
right? So
Bolstered.
so it's driving a person higher, even though it appears like he's gone. Huh?
I'm saying his service expanded.
His
after he-
service expanded.
Yeah.
There's no loss. There's only gain when great souls leave this world, or if they stick around in this world.
Either way.
You stick around, Kaustubha, I'm happy. You go, I'm a little sad, but it's going to only get bigger.
Okay.
Everyone's gonna join Patreon and listen to your course.
Not Patreon.
Of course, I'll get all the money from it.
We're not on Patreon anymore. We're on the new platform at wisdomofthesages.com.
Our new platform. Sorry. But every time I see your little samadhi in Vrindavan, I'll put a little garland around it.
Oh, okay. Give a little back, huh?
Yeah, give a little back.
Okay.
All right, good.
All right, next verse. This is an important verse here, text 20.
My dear Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, you are the Supreme Soul. If one meditates upon your transcendental body, you naturally protect him from all sources of fear. Even the imminent danger of death. Isn't that true? Once we become Krishna conscious, the fever of anxiety diminish. You suffering from anxiety? Embrace the Supreme Lord. Chant the holy name. Read the Bhagavatam. The fever of your anxiety, of your fear, of your worry will diminish. You see this in not just devotees of Krishna. You see this in devout Christians. They just become fearless. Like, I'm not worried about these things I was worrying about. I trust God has a plan for me.
I trust you have a plan for me.
Yeah, we try to micromanage our health and well-being and our future.
It's our karma. Now, read the commentary on this. It's a short one-paragraph commentary. I want to hear this from you.
Good. Check this out. Everyone is sure to die.
Whoa.
There's that Cro-Max song, right?
Which one?
There was a Cro-Max song called Everyone's Gonna Die. Do you remember that?
Everyone's going to die.
I remember when reading that, I was like, who are these guys? That's the most negative. Everybody's going to die. For no one is excused from the hands of death.
Not in this prison, they're not, right?
I am. Just kidding. But that's how you feel. You feel like, yeah, everyone is, but I'm not. Which is but a feature. Death. It's a feature of the personality of Godhead. Mrityu sarva haraschaham. When one becomes a devotee, however, he is not destined to die according to a limited duration of life. Everyone has a limited duration of life, but a devotee's lifetime can be extended by the mercy of the Supreme Lord. That's interesting. Who is able to nullify the results of one's karma. Very interesting. You might have the karma to live a short life, and Krishna says, I got a better plan for you. Yeah. You might have the karma to have no money, and Krishna can say, you know what? You need money because you're going to do good things with money. Or you might have the karma to be famous, wealthy, and Krishna could say, you know what? Your karma was to be famous and wealthy, but that's going to ruin your spiritual life. And we've seen people who've got fame, who've got money, who've got popularity and accolades, but sometimes it kills their spiritual life. Let it be known for everybody out there. Make your prayer be, I want to do my service for you, Krishna, but please protect me from the maya of fame, of fortune, of a wrinkle-free life, because I can get very self-absorbed when things start going well.
You know, Raghunath, you're going to like this, I think. I once opened up this esoteric, mystical literature called the Samudra Shastra.
Esoteric.
He wakes up there. Samudra Shastra. Do you know what the Samudra Shastra is all about?
No. Samudra. No.
Palmistry.
Oh, yeah.
And there it described that there are certain lines at a certain place of your hand that indicate how many children you'll have.
Yep, right here, the side of your hand.
Yeah, that's right. And very good, Raghu. You know that.
I know a little bit about everything.
But then it also,
of none.
It also left a little caveat with that information.
Tell me.
That there you can find like how many children you're destined to have.
Were you destined to have kids?
Due to your karma. But it says that can change through guru nishta, through firm dedication to service to the guru.
Were you destined to have kids?
According to my palm, I think I got 2 right there.
There's a little Kaustubha in the universe floating around. Dada, stop serving guru. Little baby Kaustubha spinning around in outer space with little angel wings.
Anyway, let's try to stay focused on the point here, Raghunath.
That
Okay.
was the point.
Oh, here he goes.
You
But
could.
no, but
you were saying
point is-
your dedication on Guru eliminated your children.
what I'm trying to say, and just button your lip for a second here, because I can tell you're just dying to not allow me to make this point. The point is, like, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back to George Harrison. And he was saying, he didn't use the word prison, but we kind of interpret it that way, right? That we're in here and we have to learn a lesson. We have to be reformed. We have to come in touch with the inner spiritual realization.
He said
And-
school, right?
He said school. Yeah.
I was
like
thinking reform school, that I went to
reform
prison.
school, that you could go that way. Sure. And so in other words, here's a paradigm that this life is, that this world is designed in such a way where we keep coming back again and again until we learn the lessons that we're meant to learn. And so we're on this cyclic kind of karmic wheel because we keep putting coins into the thing because we want to try to enjoy the things of this world. And it's keeping us, now, okay, you can enjoy it. Now you're going to get more karma. Now you're going to get results to that activity. You come back in another body.
Yep.
You haven't learned the lessons yet.
Yep.
But this idea is that devotional service is so powerful because it's kind of like you're going right to the warden and you're clearly demonstrating, I want complete reformation. That's what I'm focused on. And the warden's saying, this person, they don't need the setup that we have here for them, right? Which, in the analogy, it's karma, or let's say in the analogy, it's the prison. But in our life, it's the karma. Krishna's saying, when he's saying, like, when you turn to Krishna with sincerity and say, I just want to serve you, he's saying, you learned the lesson. I get it. Now he's going to test how well we've learned that lesson. He's going to throw a few bumps in our road. He's going to throw a few temptations in our road and see how you respond. But to the extent that we've learned that lesson, to that extent, he can withdraw the automated penal system of karma. And so it's going to continue on that point here if you keep reading this commentary, Raghunath. He can make you live longer. He can make you live shorter. Our karma is it's just not, he's personally involved. It's like the warden said,
personally involved.
I'm personally involved in your situation. Now, I'm going to be checking in on you every day. And I'm ready to let you out as soon as I'm really convinced that you've rather than just everybody saying he's in here for 15 years.
I think I needed kids for my evolution, and I think you needed no kids for your evolution.
Oh, okay.
Because sometimes, let's face it, parents, sometimes kids can make you evolve or die.
Or die.
or just be crushed.
Okay.
And some of you crushed your parents and you know it.
All right.
When one becomes a devotee, however, he is not destined to die according to a limited duration of life.
Right. That's a karma.
Yeah,
It's right there in the
everyone has a
palm,
limited
right?
duration of life, but a devotee's lifetime can be extended by the mercy of the Supreme Lord, who is able to nullify the results of one's karma. Karmani
nirdahati kintu cha bhakti bhajam.
Acha, I didn't know that. Okay, this is the statement of Brahma Samhita. A devotee is not under the laws of karma. Amazing, huh?
Yeah.
Therefore, even a devotee's scheduled death can be avoided by the causeless mercy of the Supreme Lord. God protects the devotee even from the extreme danger of death.
Okay.
Very interesting.
Yeah. It's, that verse from the Brahma Samhita.
I don't know that one. Tell me.
That one, I think it's like the 54th verse. It comes, more towards it's near the end of the Brahma Samhita.
At that point,
but you'll know it.
At
You'll know
that
it,
point, I
yes.
was like, I'm going to stop memorizing these. I memorized a bunch of them, and then I just stopped.
Yes, Tvendra Gopa Matavendra Maho Swakarma Bandhanu Rupa Palabhajana Matanoti Karmari Nirdahati Kinchu Bhakti Bhajam. Raghu?
Govindam Adipurasham Tamaham Bhajami.
Translation. I adore the primeval Lord Govinda, who burns up to their roots all the karma of those who are imbued with devotion, and impartially ordains for each the due enjoyment of the fruits of one's activities, of all those who walk the path of karma in accordance with the chain of their previously performed works. No less. So what that meant was, For the devotees, he just burns up your karma. For those that are not devotees, for those who have not made this commitment that, they're still trying to enjoy the things of this world, for them, he gets partial with the devotee, right? Oh, you're turning to me? I'm getting involved. It's like the warden saying, I'm getting involved in your case. For all the others that aren't turning to him, impartially. Okay, you'll play out your karmic destiny. And he says, and that's for all living beings in this universe, no less in the case of the tiny insect that bears the name
Indragopa.
than in that of Indra, the king of the devas. Little poetic device at the end there, right?
Right. And
Indra and
Indragopa is
Indragopa.
considered like an atom or a tiny little germ.
Little germ. And then
Yeah.
Indra is considered like the top
highest
materialist in the material world. So if we're not doing what George Harrison was suggesting, right? Going inward, connecting with God in the heart, saying, I want to learn the lessons of life so I can reconnect with you in love. If we do that, he gets personally his partiality comes out. Okay, you get special attention.
If not,
Okay?
we're puppets in the hands of karma.
You're stuck in the automated system of karma.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you're a tiny little germ or if you're the king of the heavenly planets, you're in that prison.
You become a puppet. Isn't that interesting? We think we have so much free will. Get your chart done. It's quite amazing.
I'll do your chart for you. As a matter of fact,
when Roddy Cage does people's chart, they're all amazed at they're like, this guy knows so much about my life. Yeah, because we have very little free will. And to the degree that we're in passion and ignorance, we have, practically speaking, no free will. It appears like we have some, but we never exercise it. We just get caught into habitual circles, like infinity loops. And we just do the same thing again and again. We know that. We develop habits, and those habits become repetitive, and we take them on for a year, 5 years, a decade, and we just become a slave to our habits. And it's really a slave to some karma, a slave to some, like we are puppets in the hands of the gunas.
Here's a film idea for you, Raghunath, okay?
I'm not a filmmaker.
I know, I'm just throwing it out there.
Okay.
Imagine if you had some kind of film where like you had someone who had the power to sit you down in a theater, sit a group of people down.
Yeah.
And show them kind of a summary of their previous lives. Here's your past 10 lives. And you're bouncing back, oh, I'm a boy chasing girls. Oh, I'm a girl chasing boys.
That would be
I'm a boy again chasing girls. Oh, I'm a girl.
Or like virtual reality goggles.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a crocodile chasing a female crocodile. Yeah. It's like,
and
this is all the important things to a crocodile. Like, it's important to have a nice place to rest. It's important to eat fish. It's important to live in a swamp. In our human existence, we have all these things that are important. I want to gather this. I want to collect this. I need some wealth. I need a home. Like, what's a duck thinking of? Where's the slugs? You know what I'm talking about? The ducks have a hierarchy of things that are important for them. They want to mate. They have to defend themselves from foxes.
Migration.
They want to eat a slug. Huh?
Migration. Do the ducks migrate, or is that just the geese?
No, that's just the geese.
Yeah. But for a goose, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
All right. Mara's like, yes, it is, and now it's time for the takeaways.
Some birds don't migrate, and some do. Right.
Thank you for that. What do they call it?
Ornithologist, perhaps.
Ornithologist.
Hard time.
Is that the one who knows birds?
Raghunath drops the knowledge. Some birds migrate, and others do not.
Saw the robins migrating the other day. Okay, I got some good takeaways.
Yeah.
Once we take responsibility for being in prison, we begin to reform.
Okay.
Healthy or sick, Krishna, I'm yours.
Healthy or sick, Krishna, I'm yours. You guys, everybody on the podcast
just less
today,
so when I'm sick.
Everybody may help me transcend. I feel great right now.
Yeah, you're looking good, Raghunath.
You know what? It's all the hearing and chanting or the 4 ibuprofen I took, one or the other. I'm either a transcendentalist or an addict here of painkillers.
We're investing in our own bondage.
Yeah.
We're
Yes.
dropping the coins right in. One after
Decorating the prison cell, Prabhu.
Get addicted to a higher taste.
Get addicted.
As soon as we blame and complain, we're in Maya.
Yep.
Time.
Dance, sing, and party with devotees, and nothing will be the same.
Yep.
Finished.
Dance and party with the devotees. We're doing it Thursday night. Madhava's coming over. We're having a dance prashad party.
You know, Thursday night kirtan at the Bhakti Center, they're doing it at some nearby church because it's just too many people.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Once we become Krishna conscious, the fever of anxiety will diminish.
The fever of anxiety. You like that phrase?
We're fever of anxiety from Bayonne.
We're like sort of like a metal hardcore band crossover. Fever of anxiety. Go.
Kind of emo, kind of thrash. Kind of
Playing drop D. Okay, I'm going.
Be a devotee instead of a puppet in the hands of the gunas.
Yeah.
We're puppet in the hands of the gunas.
And
PHG.
and parades are weird, except Jagannath Ratha Yatra.
Parades are a little
Hey,
weird.
didn't I have some line that Raghunath told you to write down in the beginning? Did you get that?
Yeah, I got
what
one.
Which one was that?
Like, didn't I say something
We're
important?
investing in our own bondage. That was
Okay. Now I'm just thinking of titles. Maybe that'll be the title.
Okay. Maybe that's a T-shirt. We're investing in our own bondage, but it's not. It's not a positive thing. It's sort of a depressing thing.
You know, now that we're on, all of our podcasts are on the new platform, and we also have this thing where we can tag them. So like you
Yeah.
can just hit different topics, like guru, boom, all ones have guru coming.
Oh, if you're searching for something like a guru.
Yeah. So
About
like
a guru.
So this could be like karma, because this class talked a lot about karma. So it'd be like karma.
It does, sir. By the way,
take note.
welcome everybody who's new to Wisdom of Sages, or who's new to Zoom. Most people listen off Zoom, but you Zoomers, it's special. We developed this community where we see each other. So I'm seeing Ethan here. Welcome to the show. Jacob's here. Welcome to the show, brother. What else we got here today?